Okay, so if you want to start your check-in with a stick, you can grab that if you'd like. Not required. I think winter's officially upon us with the flying snow. So for those of us living in this area, we have to start thinking about what happens when we go outside, how we take care of ourselves, how we prepare our bodies to be able to do all those things that we either need to do or want to do outside. So maybe that's something that you can focus on today. Again, the whole point of what we're doing here right now is just to bring ourselves into greater awareness, seeing where our body maybe needs a little bit more attention. And then everything, you check all the boxes, everything seems good and looks good and feels good. Then maybe seeing where you could challenge yourself. You can keep your eyes open or you can close them. You can focus on your breath. You can scan your body. Whatever process helps you to kind of slow yourself down, at least how you're thinking, channeling those thoughts in a proper manner to make yourself ready for what you're about to begin. And then throughout the morning, continuing to attend to those things, knowing that the time that you invest here is meant to serve you throughout the rest of the day. Take maybe 2 or 3 more breaths. After that final breath, if your eyes are closed, you can open them. This is going to extenuate this feeling of standing tall, as if that stick were on your back, feeling those 3 contact points, keeping the chin drawn in. Feeling yourself in good alignment with your feet firmly in contact with the floor, whether or not you're wearing shoes. And once you feel like you have that dialed in pretty well, then we're going to start to pivot and hinge. So we want that pivot to happen at the pelvis without compromising those 3 contact points, keeping your knees straight, going until you feel a good stretch behind your legs. If you want to pause there, you can do it, and then return back to the upright standing position. You're just going to repeat that a few more times, knowing that the more you can feel that stretch, the more well you're able to preserve the alignment of your spine as you hinge forward. So that's the feedback you're looking for. If you either round your back somewhere, lose one of those contact points, or you start to bend your knees, you're going to lose that stretch feeling. Just try one more. And keeping that chin drawn in throughout the whole range. Then continuing to stand tall, bringing your feet together, and then we're just going to drop into single leg balance. Find that foot, and then once you're in single leg balance, you're just going to gently pulse on that foot. So again, we're just staying soft in the hip, the knee, and the ankle, and just gently pulsing there. Still maintaining that good alignment in your spine. Let's do a few more seconds here. And then we can come to a stop. We'll transition to the other foot. Find your single leg balance position. And then once you have that, then you can begin pulsing. Still breathing, of course. And you can gently come to a stop again there. And I shake it all out. We'll move to the shoulders now. We're going to do that waiter movement. So we're just imagining we have a tray, and maybe there's a glass of water on that tray, and starting by lifting forward and up, keeping the palm up, and then swinging out and around and behind you. And once you get as far back as you can, trying to bring that arm over your head. If you need to lean your body to accommodate that movement, you can do that. Swinging the arm forward and then lowering it so you can bring your arm underneath your armpit. Very good. And we'll try that 2 more times. The same arm. Seeing if you can extend your range of motion a little further each time. Maybe find those sticky points, working through those. And we'll do one more time. Still breathing. And then we'll just do the same thing, trading off to the other hand. So again, imagine you have a tray with a glass of water on it. Trying to keep that water upright on that tray. Maybe just noticing how things are a little bit different from one side to the other. If there's something that you can do about that, you can experiment with that. Do one more. Very good. All right. So we're going to imagine we're stepping in the center of a clock. Got all the numbers all around us. We're going to focus on the right foot first. We're going to step to each number from 12 to 6 with the right foot. And we're going to reach down and try and touch that number with the same side hand. So when I'm going right foot, I'm going to reach down to the floor with my right hand. Okay. As we do this, we're going to keep our body facing forward every time we step to the number. So as I'm stepping back to 4, 5, and 6, I'm still keeping myself facing forward, okay? So we'll start at 12 and work our way to 6. Whenever you're ready, you can start that process. You take your time. We're just kind of assessing our mobility here. And when you reach 6, you can shake it loose, and then we'll repeat the same thing on the left side, again moving from 12 to 6 on the other side of the clock. Still facing forward. Awesome. So this time we'll always start facing forward, but each time we go to a number, we're going to slowly point ourselves toward that number. So it's going to involve a pivot that'll become more extreme, especially as we get to those numbers behind us. Okay, so always come back to the facing forward position and then step toward each number. So again, we'll start with the right side, and you can start that process whenever you're ready. Reaching to the floor at each number, stepping toward that number, creating more of a pivot each time. And then shake it loose. Then we'll switch to the left side. Same thing. Whenever you're ready, you can start that process. Good job. And when you're back to center, you can shake it loose. Grab a drink if you need it. For the movements we're going to do today, we're going to need a band and some handheld weights. You may not use the weights for everything we're going to do. We certainly won't use the band every time. But just so have those ready, we will start with the band. Everything with the band will be using our legs. So we'll start by putting the band around our feet. We're going to do 4 movements using the band. Try to give you a view of what's happening with my feet. So we're going to do an alternating knee raise. So we're going to keep our knees pointing forward as much as we can. We're just going to raise the knee up slowly, put it back down, and then switch to the other side, raising it up as high as you can. That's all we're going to do. Nice and straightforward. We'll start in about 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. So we're not rushing through this. We're just alternating, raising that knee up as high as we can. Under control as we lift the knee up. And then under control as we bring that foot back down to the floor. Keep breathing, 15 more seconds. Three, two, and one. Shake it loose. Same concept, instead of knee raising, we're going to just swing our leg out to the side. And then we'll alternate to the other side, okay? Side to side raise. Again, we want to be under control as we go out and then as we bring it back to center. Don't want to rush through it too much. Okay, here we go. 2, 1, and whichever foot you want to start with, just go from there. Fifteen more seconds. These movements can be done without a band as well. If you're starting to get fatigued, you can remove the band. 2, 1, and recover. We'll continue to keep the band on the feet, and we're going to do a rapid movement. So we're going to step out, out, and then in, out, in, and then you can increase the pace of that step as much as possible. We're not moving side to side. We're trying to keep our center line in the same position and then stepping out and in from there. Okay, here we go. 2, 1, and let's go. It can be a big step out, a little step out, as quick as you want to make it. That's it. Keep that center line as stationary as you can. Just step out from there. Trying to keep tension on that band. 15 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and recover. Whew. We're going to keep the band around the right foot, and then we're going to stirrup it around the left ankle. So now all we're going to do is just going to press back. So we're going to try and be in single leg balance, and then we're going to press that right heel back. So non-alternating, right leg press back. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll put that band around the right ankle and then around the left foot. Same concept, just switching the feet. Make sure everybody looks ready before we begin. Okay, we'll start in 5 seconds. Same thing, other side, in 2, 1. Here we go. 20 more seconds. 10 left. 2, 1, and recover. You can remove that band, grab a drink if you want it. We'll be going to the floor next. Everything we're going to do is going to be on our side. Okay, so when you get to the floor, we'll start on one side and then we'll just repeat the same movement on the other side. The first movement will be a top leg raise, a Jane Fonda movement. The second movement will be a Jane's adduction, which is essentially a bottom leg raise. Then with the top leg, we'll do a forward and backward swing. And then we'll finish with the struggling starfish. So we'll do those in that order. Okay? Make your way to the floor. Okay, Jane Fonda is starting in 5 seconds. Top leg raise. In 2, 1. Here we go. Trying to keep the shoulders, hips, knees, and toes pointing straight ahead, especially the leg that you're raising. Trying to engage that hip as much as we can, not allowing the leg to roll out so our toes are pointing to the ceiling. "15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And same thing on the opposite side. We'll start in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. "15 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. You can stay on that same side. We're going to cross the top leg over this time and we're going to raise the bottom leg. So a Jane's adduction. So we'll start that in 10 seconds. Again, try to keep that foot of the bottom leg pointing straight ahead. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. A lot more subtle movement here. So don't feel like you're not being successful if you're not raising it up a lot. It's not going to go up as much as it did with the top leg. "15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll go to the other side. Start in 10 seconds. Again, crossing the top leg over, raising the bottom leg. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. You can stay on that same side. We'll redirect to the top leg again. We're just going to swing that top leg forward and backward. Okay, so just experiment with your range of motion with that top leg, trying to balance on your side as well as you can, keeping the leg as straight as you can. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And working to the other side. Forward, backward swing with the top leg. We'll start in 10 seconds. In 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you can go to any side you want. We're doing struggling starfish to finish off. So the top arm and leg are working together, but they're moving in opposite directions. When the arm goes forward, the leg goes back, and then vice versa. Creating as much range as you can. Track the movement of your hand with your eyes if you can. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. 20 seconds left. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And finishing up on the other side, starting in 10 seconds. Going in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring yourself up on your feet. If you need a drink, go ahead and grab one. Be moving to handheld weights. We'll be using those for upper body movements next. The first movement we're going to do is it's going to be an extended arm curl. So I'm going to keep my arms in this position, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hands to my elbows. Okay, so I'm not dropping my arms down. I'm keeping my elbows up, extending, and then closing at the elbow. Okay, so you're going to be a little weaker than what you typically do for a quote unquote arm curl exercise. So we'll start that movement in 10 seconds. Again, watch your shoulder position, resist the urge to shrug to hold the weight up. Starting in 5, in 2, 1, here we go. Trying to keep that elbow in the same position throughout the whole range of motion. 3 points of contact through your spine. 20 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Very good. Next is T-arms. You can have palms down, palms in, or palms up. All we're going to do is we're going to swing the arms out into the plane of your body and then bring them right back in. So again, palms down means more external rotation. Palms together is a little more externally rotated. Palms up means I'm totally externally rotating the shoulder. So you know your shoulder health the best. Accommodate what you need to do for that. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. In a straight arm position, we're going to protract our shoulders forward and then retract them back. Pushing forward, pulling back. And you might want to go lighter weight. Focus on good movement. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Again, keep good 3 points of contact. Make that movement happen through your shoulders. Twenty more seconds. Five more seconds. 2, 1, and recover. Last movement is drive the bus. Both palms will be facing forward. One arm is extended up, one arm is extended down, and we're just going to rotate from there, okay? Again, trying to get as much extension from one hand away from the other as we do this movement. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and exhale as you move, keeping good spinal alignment. Fifteen more seconds. Three, two, and one. Grab a drink, catch your breath if you need it. Going to finish with 4 leg movements. First one is alternating crossover lunge. So the crossover is in front. Going to cross in front, drop your hips down, cross to the other side, drop your hips down. You can take a very extreme angle coming side to side, or you can be more in a forward position if you can't tolerate too much rotation in your hips. So just take care of yourself, what you think you need for your hips. We'll start in 5 seconds. Alternating crossover lunge in 2, 1. Here we go. Shoulders, hips, knees, and toes point straight ahead. Trying to keep the upper body as upright as you can. Dropping your hips straight down. Twenty more seconds. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Lateral lunge is next, so we're stepping sideways. One leg stays straight while the other leg bends to lower your hips to the floor. And then just stepping side to side. Again, you can use weight if you want. That's always an option. You can go weightless as well, just body weight only. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to do more of a hinge here, but you're allowed to bend your knees a little bit. So we're going to be in this position, and all we're going to do is we're going to hinge forward and then back up. Even though there's a slight bend, you should still feel a little bit of a stretch as you do that. If you want to use weight for this, you can. Your choice. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Hinging forward as far as you tolerate, and then right back up. Being really strict with that upper body position. Ten seconds left. 2, 1, and recover. So we're going to do that same movement, then we're going to add a squat to it. So I'm going to hinge, come into the up position, then I'm going to squat. Come back up, hinge, up, and then squat. Okay, so same hinge, just adding the squat as an add-on. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, Here we go. Make each movement as distinct as you can. Don't rush through it. Just make it as smooth as you can. Slow is smooth. Smooth will become fast. Fifteen more seconds. Three, two, and one. Catch your breath. Grab a drink if you need it. So those are all the movements. Now we're just going to kind of go through them a little more briskly and a little more randomly. We'll take two from each one and go through it and see how far we can get through each of the four in each list. So again, we'll start with the bands and we'll stirrup those around our feet. And we'll start with the alternating high knee raise. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Again, we're not rushing the knee raise. We want to be deliberate with it. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Twenty more seconds. Three, two, and one. Keep those bands on around your feet. Alternating side raise. So we're going side to side this time. Again, we want to be deliberate as we do that side raise, under control on the way out and on the way back. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. Three, two, and one. You can remove your bands. We'll go to the floor. We'll be on our side for top leg raise, followed by bottom leg raise. So that's Jane Fonda's, followed by Jane's Adductions. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Top leg raise starting in 5, in 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. Three, two, and one. Rolling to the other side. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. And try to keep the shoulders, hips, knees, and toes pointing straight ahead, especially on the leg that's doing the action, doing the work. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Remain on this side. Now cross that top leg over, and we're going to raise the bottom leg. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Again, don't get too frustrated if the range of motion doesn't feel extreme. Again, our focus is on movement quality. If anything, we want more of its quality. Keep breathing. 15 more seconds on this leg. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling to the other side. Top leg crosses over. Bottom leg raises. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Twenty more seconds. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And we're on our feet. Be holding weights in hands. Again, the straight arm extended curl will be next. This movement right here. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Again, be mindful of those 3 points of contact, keeping that chin drawn in, especially as we pull the weight up and back. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. T-arms are next. Palms facing down, palms facing in, or palms facing up. Your choice. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Can draw those shoulders down. Inhale and exhale with your movements. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down unless you want them for leg movements. Crossover lunge is next. Alternating crossover lunge. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. 20 more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating lateral lunge, side to side, starting in 10 seconds. In 5, 2, 1. Here we go. 20 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Grabbing our bands one last time. Fast out and fast in. Stepping out, stepping in, keeping our center line as constant as we can. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Out, out, and in. 20 more seconds. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Band off to the side. Onto the floor. Top leg forward, backward swing. We'll start in about 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. 15 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling to the opposite side. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. 15 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come up to our feet. Grab a drink if you need it. And we'll start extending the right arm out, palm up, fingers back, and we're just gently going to pull those fingers forward, or excuse me, back toward you. Again, keeping the shoulders down. We're not extending our head. We're keeping those 3 points of contact. And then release, palm down, pulling those fingers close again. And then you can release that, shake it loose. With the right arm, we're going to do that waiter movement. So we're going to bring that arm forward and up. Really try to extend the range of motion this time as much as you can. All the way around, back, over your head, leaning into it if you need to. Bringing it forward and out, and then down and under. And then shaking that loose. Left arm out, palm up, gently pulling those fingers back. And then release, palm down, fingers down, pulling those fingers toward you once again. 3 points of contact, shoulders down. And release, shake it loose. That waiter movement, palm up, reaching forward and up, and swinging out and behind, and then overhead with a side lean if you need it, keeping the palm up, and then forward, gently lowering that arm so the hand come underneath the armpit, and then back to center. Good. Shake it loose. Right leg forward, left leg back. Going to be in a stride position, raising the right arm up. Grab the wrist with the left hand and then pull to your left. Coming back to center, release the arms, shake it loose. Left leg is forward, right leg is back. Left arm goes up, grab the wrist with the right hand, pull over to your right. Coming back up to center, release the arms, shake it loose. Walking the fingers down the hands, or down the legs, sorry, as far as you can comfortably go. You're at that furthest point, pause, take a breath. Walk the fingers back up the legs. With a big inhale, reach up overhead. And with a big exhale, swing those arms out and down. And we will call that done for today.